Welcome back to KritzKast. It is me, DuMmTm, with Wiethoofd and buko tonight. This KritzKast stream brought to you by Gamer Subs. It's the ETF2L Highlander autumn season. I'm very excited for this one. Buko, how do you feel about this matchup?
Well, this will certainly be an interesting game to see. I've been told by an anonymous source that GANJA has some interesting strats for offense here, so I definitely want to look into this.
Keep your eyes peeled on the screen for the gameplay. Should be a fun one coming up. This match will decide the playoff seeding from here on out. Every single, I think, other result shifts some people around on the scoreboard in the top 3 seedings, which is where the playoffs lie, of course, this season. So, still a lot on the line here. First seed, after all, does just make grand finals right away. The other 2 in playoffs will have to fight it out in semifinals beforehand at some point next week. I believe all on the weekend next week, most likely. So, lots on the line here. We're starting off with CP Steel. They play up to 3 times on this map. If you just win the first 2, you are just done. You get 6 points on the leaderboards and come out, I think, just the first seed out of this division as well. So, immediate grand finals. Lots on the line here. Both teams heading out. No A hold as per usual. Rare to see most of the time. So, opting against it as well here. Classically the case. But quick into B. Sometimes these people like go through E first, make some plays there. No, we're just going straight into the action. However, not as much as you might expect. No Ubers coming out for this one just now.
Yeah, SDCK just went through. No losses on the red team. SDCK is holding their ground pretty strong right now. They have no casualties. They're just chilling right now, waiting to see what the GANJA's up to next. It looks like they're just going to go for another sack. They're trying to take upper. The scout's bonked up. He's going in. But the heavy's holding it down. Like he gets the demo pick. It's going to be big. But the heavy goes down, though, for SDCK. And now the teleporter is going to soon to follow. What are they planning to do here? The soldier's jumping, trying to get some pressure in. The battalion's up right now, but the gun is holding them at bay. They cannot really get that gun. It needs to go down if they want to push anything into here.
It's going to be a difficult one. So much damage reduction of the battalions alone already hurts a lot and wastes a lot of time. But deciding to still pop into this one anyway, gets the Überfalls out pretty quick, but is that still good enough? They can't get the gun, the rest of the combo gets forced back by the red team as well. Even on the back, on the front line, it's looking too good. Demo stuck as well, cleaned up between the spy and the scout quite nicely. Everything on SDCK still holding strong for the most, but only loss so far. It's just a bit of loss on high ground. Those guys up top, they're still a bit weak. Have a tough time really getting through just now, but it's maybe just all they need to get started at the very least. Still a lot of hold left standing for this red team, and it just goes to show why most teams want to hold the B more than A, I guess.
Well, obviously, can't really hold A. Just kind of got to lose a lot of space.
Certain people hear you.
Ah.
Anyway, in the meantime, I mean, I guess a lot of people don't really have too much attention on E until something happens there. That is happening now, as we see the Captain slowly trickle in there, but is it really long-lasting? I'm not feeling too pressured. You can still see no one's really moving as well. They just left us to the flank, and, well, they haven't killed the guys on E just yet. They just keep pushing off the point with some damage. It might eventually force some rotations, but as it stands, they're just waiting for it here as well. Everyone's just ready to rotate quick. Question is what the blue team does with this. Obviously, if you go to E, if you're not having already like full control of every bit of space on E, you can't really expect this to work, and ultimately we see them quickly rotate as well. Hope to catch people out like also going back on the other side in back position. A couple of people get caught off guard already. At least the heavy going down is quite nice, but still the blue was coming out so much earlier.
Yeah, as it's happening, we're seeing a lot of cap time on E right now from Menix, just getting on 8 points, getting a lot of cap time. It's going to force some rotation, surely. SDCK needs to deal with this right now, because this is looking like this is almost 90% cap. It's almost going to be done, actually. The SDCK has finally rotated now, but is it too late? We're going to have to see. The gun is getting built right now. KCAM is putting the gun.
Ooh, they're going deep from the other side as well. Look at that. They're just turning around. Suddenly, the entire blue team behind them. I mean, they had to address this one. There was so much open space on B. They couldn't really hold that anymore. They had to pull everyone back to E now. Suddenly, connector control goes to the blue team. And with this much cap time, I think they just want to take this control area that they have now for good, stay here, set up shop, and get the rest of the cap time maybe. But the heavy from behind, not alone by any means as well, has like soldier and scout running rampant through connector, and they're just cleaning up big time now. Still more cap time ringing in, but at this point they have control back of the game a little bit. That was concerning. You saw at the beginning there, once they started getting a cap time, they weren't really concerned about it for very long on the SDCK. They really just didn't want to rotate at all. Gave the blue team this much cap time, but it might still not be enough actually.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of cap time went there, but unfortunately during that exchange, Zio did die, so now they're just back into square one. GANJA's gonna need to do something here. The Uber's gonna come out right now. Buddy's in, getting some damage. Hughie dies. There's no demo for the blue team, but they're still getting E-cap time. They're very persistent on it. And the heavy BC connector right now behind is gonna get headshot by Likey. Oh, Likey gets another headshot on Menix, completely shutting down all the cap time. It seems that GANJA's still pushing in though. They're trying to get B. They got a lot of space here, but SDCK is looking to retake this as they're gonna trying to take this and poke it out, getting their sniper some space to do something. They don't really need to do this, but SDCK is probably gonna have to give this up now.
Yeah, that should be B lost eventually, but there was so much time spent on E as well. They really believed in that, and it was admittedly really close, right? Can't really fault them too much for it, but in the end, it just was a big loss of time now. 5 minutes for the first 2 points of the game is just not a good statistic to see at all right now. The cleanup into this next one needs to be big, and while the Gunstone is strong, no one in lower area does big damage by the Soldier. Blank's cleaning up a little bit. Rest of the team on red now with this many down. You can tell they don't really want to be there anymore. They're just falling back early. I mean, they have to, right? Once again, the call of the E point is just forcing their hands a little bit. Captime once again ringing in for the blue score, trying to just get things underway and actually get a quick force with that as well. Looks like at least the rotation still forcing out onto SDCK, working out pretty nicely in favor of GANJA. Everyone's coming back here now, but now the C point should be wide open at the very least. No one's really there much anymore, but you don't really see them go anywhere just yet. It's just really slow pickings in regards of like moving between E and anything else for them.
Yeah, it seems that SDCK is just gonna give up on C. There's just too much cap time on E right now. It's just too dangerous. I see the gun going up on Heaven, but it is getting a lot of pressure. But Combo's gonna go back onto C actually. And Clark is just gonna have to fend off for himself against all these players now that are in Heaven. And they're just gonna get on E right away again with the Soldier taking control.
Oh no, the Spy Mezzo once again. They used to go for a reason on Spy. Looking
That's
good
why
right
he's
there.
MVP.
He did really, yeah. I like to joke about the fact that Spy just stops like slowly being fun as you climb the winds. Mezzo's just making it work anyway. Like everyone will look for you at all times anyway, but like who cares? Just, just if you make it work, then you can still be the carry of the team, I suppose. Looking good right there. And as I said earlier, right, the winner of this game just gets first place into the playoffs. That's still a huge thing to look for. And SDCK is just getting so much time out of his first defense already. Once again, reclaiming Connect after having completely given up on it earlier. Still, the E-cap time is frustrating, but surely one scout isn't too much to deal with.
Yeah, I can see, like, they're trying to take this, but they've been just persistent. Even losing their medic again! May gets Zio! It does not matter. They're still persistent on this cap time. They gotta get it. It's just an objective game, but SDCK has just been playing for their medic, and it's just working out better. It seems they're able to take so much more advantageous fights with just the heal ad.
Yeah, I mean, you can't play for like just straight up fights a lot on the defending team here. Your spawns are just much worse than the offensive teams. You just gotta play it smart, gotta play for the correct kills at the correct time. Medic, usually one of those in most situations, of course, and as it stands right now, it certainly keeps them up in the race on Uber. Gedu will have this Uber up much sooner than Xio is gonna get there, so gonna just be sitting there on blue now without an Uber for so long. And I mean, any time wasted already has been taking too long, and they just have to waste even more getting an Uber charge up now.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to take some floater right now. GANJA's trying to make their way through, but there isn't really much that's going to be stopping them. Seeing as Clark is on minis right now and gets taken down by Lucian as well. The combo's pressuring right now from Slow Door. Medix is trying to fight him off, and Dixos is holding that. They have Uber. There's going to be an exchange happening here. Dixos gets dropped in the Uber, but it's going to be a huge Uber ad right now for SDCK, and it's going to take this, and Killzar's going to soon follow right here. It looks like Zeus is going to die, and he does. So much damage onto the point, but they're getting to C cap time. Oh, Buddy dies though. A lot of picks on SDCK. The whole combo just died. The Gedu is dead as well. So many kills going for GANJA right now. They're gonna get C cap finally. It's just gonna open up the bridges on E cap now. Just gonna make things easier for GANJA to cap the B point.
Maybe, yeah, for this one cap, but I don't know from here on forward. Xio with KritzKast coming up is put themselves in a pretty awkward position now that they already have Uber ad to begin with, and it's a long way out from even being there right now as well. No, UTV, where are you going? Oh no, you can see he was behind Nebu, just jumped up on the bridge and someone just shot him down. Just like barely any knockback on that minigun. Shot him down the cliff. You can't be jumping on that bridge.
That is an exclamation mark pit.
That is an exclamation mark pit, I've ever seen one. Unlucky, my guy. Down he goes, down the pit, and I guess down the spiral of despair right now as well, that they've all kind of been sitting in already for the past 8 minutes at this point. This has not been going quick. For reference right now, at this division, you'd like to see this like be rounded out in like maybe 5.5 or something. Like, like decent time, maybe not insane time, but like good, right? Much faster than this already anyway, and we're well past that benchmark already.
Yeah, Buddy's gonna be trying to contest D a little, but honestly, it's no. Oh, they're gonna use Uber finally, but they have crits, but they can't really do much with this crits. They actually do get Dick Sauce though, and Jackie. They're both dead, but is it gonna be enough? CK still managed to fend off D right now, but he's trying to get. Oh, but Nebu, what a nice reflect! Huge. There's huge picks now on the CK side. Those devs are gonna be there for a while. Those 24-second respawn time. That is massive. There's GANJA's gonna be looking to close in this. It seems like.
Yeah, 6 have to feel like 12 right now for whatever little they have left alive, but look at that, it's working out quite nicely. Heavy damage already raining into the point as well, eventually will go down, but slowed things down just enough to have the spawns come up soon, but I don't know if they have the time anymore. Like you said, they're down for so long, and the cap time has just been there the entire time on E.
Yeah, there's not really much going on here. Like you just get stabbed, there's so much cap time. It looks like the round is over. 10-minute time, not the best time, but we'll see if their defense can make up for it.
They're most of the way there already, if they make this happen here on this map, but I mean, they're the reigning champions for a season, they had the signs of weakness, but clearly that has been overcome already by the looks of it, right? I mean, they had like that one tough week on Vigil, and then a very competitive show match right afterwards as well here on KritzKast, of course, against the Americans. But other than that, it's been going well.
Yeah, that show match was really something. It was really interesting to watch, seeing SDCK just the best team in the EU versus
I maintain
best team in NA.
the teams each would have won like either map on the even ping as well.
They
would have been closer, but I think both teams would have won the map. They would have won anyway.
Yeah, they were winning on their ping.
I'm honestly disappointed that they ended up playing their map picks on their server as well. Missed opportunity to have both teams play their good map on the worst server.
Yeah, that happens.
What can you do? There's no winning with, you know, ping between continents, I guess. Realistically, is the takeaway here.
Yeah.
Alright, well, setup time is over. A cap has been gotten, as per usual. Not much happening there, but the action will start now as we head into the second half of Game 1 here on CP Steel. SDCK obviously just defended quite nicely for 10 minutes. It's a really good time, especially at this level of play. GANJA with a really, really difficult task at hand to bring this one back somehow.
Looks like Sacks are going in for SDCK. They're gonna get not really much actually. Oh, the sniper goes down. That's a huge pick. 18-second respawn time. Like he gets the SVS. They're gonna have to. They can actually capitalize off of this. Mezza's gonna be looking to get in soon. Gonna get ready for a sap maybe. And get Ubers come out right now. SDCK takes the Uber exchange. And Buddy's just walking in, trying to get the heavy, but he doesn't get anything. The sap comes in from Mezzo on the heavy. Gonna get him eventually. So many kills going for SDCK's favor right now. Look, it's a total crumble right now. Holy. Sio manages to get out though, but just barely. Lucian does not seem like he'll be meeting the same fate. Going down to Mezzo with his Latron J.
Okay, like, I understand on commentary. Sometimes you want to hype things up for the viewers.
Yeah.
And make it look exciting. I don't know if I can, in good conscience, lie to the people about what's happening right now, if that is in fact close. Because SDCK is just ready. They have everything under control. Okay, well, now 8 of them are ready. And the rest of them are trying their best.
Oh.
Do not let Tempest jumper mains see this one. Border Dwarf, the rest of them on point.
Yeah, they're ready for this, but we'll see how GANJA responds. The Ubers are not too far apart right now. Getu's got the Uber, but they're just capping C. They're actually just going to forfeit E. Looks like they're setting up on Heaven right now. K-Cam building a gun up. And they're just kind of chilling in the D window room right now.
Yeah, quick rotation to C. That's all you need to have to keep on going, especially with 10 minutes, right? You can afford to just go full alphabet if you have to really go the long distance, just get slowly but surely but in better position, worse and worse spawns out of your opponent's team as well. Now it's the bridge opening up as well, ways to point, widening up, that gun already going down. Like you said, they're still hanging out back there, not really contesting just yet. Okay, well, I guess not a lot of them know how to do this one.
He used Uber and fell into the pit! Oh no! It's not what you want to see!
Chad, I don't think it was quite on screen, but the bridge wasn't fully up yet, and Getu thought he could clear that jump. He could not.
He took 2 jumps. He jumped onto Heaven and then jumped back and then jumped again after using and just fell in the 3rd time. Oh my god.
I mean, at least the SDCK versus the Pit matchup is pretty close tonight.
It seems like Pit is claiming more kills than both teams at this point. So
Might
it's
be.
like going like very unlikely for GANJA right now. They're not able to get any holds. SDCK is just stacking 5 players on the point. There's no Ubers in sight anytime soon. Point's going to be capped by the time anyone gets Uber, so it's just up for these plays right here and see what's going to happen. But there's no soldier.
You make a good point with that as well. They're stacking players over players on point, and you really think that would just let people way easier feed into the E point, right? Because somewhere someone is just not watching something. But it just hasn't felt like that during any of this, despite having ×6 on point at the end there. Every doorway was accounted for and nobody got in.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was a 4-minute offense for SDCK. That was a clean sweep, to be honest. That was pretty clean.
Yeah, that's just a great time.
They were prepared for everything, other than a few mishaps.
They were prepared for everything. GANJA threw it. Alright, we're going back into map number 2. And we'll see what comes out of this one. That is the funny glitch right there. You love to see it, where the gun just makes no sense. You love to see it. I don't know if that will go away throughout the match now. That's always a funny one. I remember, like, I was with Warp one time and he just lost it at that. I've been here long enough that I've just kind of gotten used to it at some point, but when you see it for the first time, it's just kind of funny every time.
Well, let's see here what's happening. SDCK is like trying to push this. They're gonna be pushing again. Med's out already on B. It looks like they're maybe going for a trade, but there's E-cap time going in. A sap comes in through as well. Mezzo's in, Borden's in. Not any kills going through. Hyuki does die though on the defense as well as Menix, dying earlier actually to another kill. Like he's trying to peek through, he's against Lucian. Huge pick right now. It's gonna get back.
Alright, well, they need a lot to bring this game back on the side of GANJA. If you've just joined, you might be missing out on a little bit of the game here. However, it wasn't the closest game you've missed just now. A 10-minute defense from SDCK could quickly retaliate with a 4-minute push of their own, and they're continuing to keep up pace right now, quickly into B, get in pretty far already before the Ubers have to come out. Eventually, this fight will ensue. However, decent damage by SDCK gets them good headway forward. They're not giving up just yet. The pipes are hitting for at least a little bit longer on the red side, but not unretaliated. The rest of whatever's alive on SDCK is just clawing this one to the bitter end. They're not giving up while there's still an active fight going, and they're just barely coming on the top. Close fight maybe, but if it's still successful, who really cares? Well, maybe Buddy should. That man just back turned to danger.
Yeah, a little bit too deep in there, but well, I mean, what can you expect? You just got 7 kills on your side of the team, so it's expected to go a little bit forward. But yeah, the red team's trying to push this back, but oh, are they going back there? They're gonna get stuck in the B. Oh no, this is not looking good. The whole combo's just stuck here. They're all gonna wipe, I feel, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. SDCK's gonna clean them up. Hyuki is the sole survivor, but
Gadu with the medic taunt that he so much loves. The only person in all of gaming, quite frankly, that still uses that thing. But we believe in it.
Hyuki manages to kill Buddy as he jumps him, though. That's funny.
Maybe those heals from the medic melee were not enough to salvage everything there.
This is looking like crumble from GANJA, though. Not really what you want to see if you're gonna be voting for GANJA, putting all your metal on there. We love gambling.
I don't know, when I said to vote for one or gamer subs in the chat, I see a lot of gamer subs right now, so I think everyone's just believing in SDCK right now. And for good reasons, going well right now, no Uber into C, it means that they just can't really fight back. They have, the spy fight a little bit still, that does do enough damage in the end to get the Uber out, funnily enough, but that's really all they have. And at this point, everyone rotated away anyway. They can't stay in the face of danger there with the Uber coming in as well. It's good that they force it, but they can't do anything much afterwards. Have to just leave C point behind. And what is this, 3 minutes for 3 points? That is really good pace out of SDCK.
Yeah, that is definitely a better pace than last time. I mean, not slower pace than last time, my bad. But as GANJA's holding right room here, they do have an Uber ad. It seems. Let's see what we're gonna do with it. We're holding D right now. They're trying to pressure them out of Def Corridor. They're taking a fight here. Buddy goes down immediately. Battalion's out from blank. No headshots at all. They're just pressuring them out. It looks like they're just gonna go back to C. But not before Menix manages to pick off Likey right before he gets to leave. So it looks like GANJA's holding them off right here. Still pretty good, but they have SDCK has full Uber ad right now. So we're gonna see what goes down here. Looks like they're trying to pressure Heaven, trying to get the pick on the gun, but Jackie goes down trying to go for it, as well as Mezzo, so those are 2 crucial passes, but does it really matter when the offense is just no spawn time and Uber comes out right now? It's not gonna get much at the start, but Sniper gonna go down eventually to Buddy here, and we're gonna get some E-cap time.
Yeah, finally get onto this E point and just start the pressure to end the game right then and there. Pretty much get a solid like 5-minute time still going. Ooh, backstab on a medic, barely missing. That would have been huge. Zero with Uber, of course, coming into this point would be dangerous, and they can't let that happen. So we have our eyes on anywhere that medic could be coming from. Buddy clears that Uber charge away before it becomes an issue at all. And now there's just 7 people alive on the red team that have to go to point, while everyone's just waiting, anticipating them to do it, and just trying to preempt their every move, and they're not even getting close to this point in the end.
Yeah, definitely a slower time than the first round, but SDCK still pretty good offense. 5 minutes. It was pretty clean in most parts, with no pit deaths this time, surprisingly. So that's definitely a better start. Gonna see how GANJA has to respond to this.
I mean, here's the thing, right? A lot of the time you see people, especially low division, but even sometimes at like the high level, just see these kind of times against themselves and just feel super threatened to have to just go instantly to E and disregard a B. And if you're good at the E push, that might not be that bad. But are they? I mean, obviously, we don't really have much data about how this team on this map is a new project, but that just kind of makes me more doubtful about it as well. Like, do you think these guys practice specifically the E push already a lot? I don't know.
They definitely need to put in more times into their pushes and give it all they've got right now, because it all hinges on this right here. They get to go into a 3rd round. That's going to be pretty favorable for them, at least getting some points off. But it shouldn't change the ranking too much, just the top seed. But we're going to kick this off. Unforgiven immediately getting sniped by Lakey. But it's just standard stuff. Not much to say here. They're just A-cap time. It's pretty standard stuff.
The real pressure comes once they get this A point, and we'll see where they want to go from here on out. There's obviously plenty of time to do it other ways, but it's always a threat they might just go instantly, and SDCK, I guess a little bit more than earlier, has to respect that, because despite the round ending up really long, the E-cap was dangerously close fairly early into the game as well. I can't really forget about that, with how dominant SDCK has been ever since they cleared that E point the first time on round 1. It feels so long ago now, but the chance is still there that they might just pull this out somehow still on GANJA and bring this all the way back around, and after all still secure themselves 2nd seed into playoffs.
Yeah, Mezzo's been taking all the intel, calling where they're gonna go. He's just been sitting on A. It hasn't been spotted, so SDCK are pretty prepared right now for whatever they're gonna throw at them. The heals are not here, so any damage they take is just gonna be permanent. Legion are taking the fight here, but they're just gonna die. Everyone's just gonna die right here. And the BC connector, there's very little E-cap time, but a gun does get set up on Heaven, and a teleporter on Heaven as well. The Engie's gonna get everything set up down there. Oh my god, Nebu getting out from the pit, almost living. Oh.
Alright, well, they're setting up on both sides a little bit, just have guns staring down the point, trying to keep themselves clear with whatever they have. However, it looks like GANJA shifting gears a little bit faster than the last round. They don't want to be cut short on their attempts on last again by overvaluing too much early game. So we're right back to be where it all started pretty quickly this time around as well, but the E threat is still there. I mean, you gotta keep them guessing on the back lines, but up front they're just in already, and it just splits attention a lot. You can see the Captain still running out, but the Uber charge is kind of stuck between 2 places, and it doesn't really get anywhere. They were getting to use this Uber so far away from the B point, they didn't really dare go much deeper into it again, risking just overextending in the end. So SDCK forced to play safe, quite frankly, here. Not bad at all. 3 minutes left for the rest of this. If you just get a good position from here, it's looking pretty good, but with 2 down and no advantages quite yet on the Uber charge, it's looking a little dire for at least the next couple seconds, and any second counts.
Yeah, I was about to say, SDCK was gonna have to need to deal with that gun on Heaven, but the teleporter is still up there. They still have a teleporter on Heaven, but they're gonna get lots of pressure on E-cap. Flight going in for a jump. He's probably in his death right now. He's stuck in the pit. He's dead. Alright, let's see. SDCK is in good control right here of BC connector. There's not much they can do right now. There's not much GANJA can do right now to really get this E-cap. I mean, you kind of need BC connector to get good E-cap time, but they're just betting it all on this right here. And it seems like it's not going to work out too well. The Uber comes out right now. Not much happening in this Uber exchange at the moment.
Nothing good anyway. He snapped off the beam. That Uber didn't last long enough, and the rest of them just stuck in as well. Projectiles forced them in. The pyro gets them stuck once they're there. No escaping for anyone on the blue team. in the attempt to just get the Uber in aggressive PA. That was surprisingly aggro Uber from the blue team, and not working out too much, and continuing to not be looking good for various reasons beyond that. Oh no, it's not getting any better!
Oh no, Lakey, what a nice snipe onto Zio. It's gonna set him back again. Even if the spawn time's as fast, it's not what you want when your medic needs Uber at such a dire time. Medic is dying over and over, trying to get to this point, but it is just really difficult to get anything, and there's still time to win. It's not really over yet, but it is going to be quite difficult without a medic, and just constantly losing players like this.
Chat, type Wiethoofd Cups if you think GANJA can still win this. There we go, they got a kill. It's all starting with one. Gun down as well. They have Heaven. The engineer's set up, quite frankly, so they have that going for them. Oh, never mind. No, not again. This is the second
another
pit death.
death. Oh no.
Not 2 in a row.
I'm seeing a lot of Wiethoofd Cups in chat. I don't know what about you. Looks
That's
like
a lot of it. Oh, Buddy is the luckiest man alive. How does one man have this much luck?
Well, not too lucky, because he does end up dying to Zio from Narrow. Wrong medic.
Well, you can't have it all. Oh, actually, yeah, but maybe you can have everything in one blank. Just serve them up on a silver platter. 30 seconds, this is like, they just can't get off the cap. They need to stay on that thing.
Every second counts right here. If they get the cap, if they stay on it the whole time, it is probably possible to win. And it looks like they're going to get the cap time they need. Oh, Hughie dies to Lakey, though. He's here to save his team. He's trying his best, but... Oh, it does get the K-Cam in the end, but... This cap is going to be really close. It's going to be down to the last seconds. It looks like GANJA's finally going to do it. Oh.
But not today. Just about getting there in time. They got a little negligent at the end on SDCK and GANJA. Like I said, it was struggling for a lot of the map, sure, but the E-play itself wasn't that bad at the beginning, and this time around they're actually able to finish off the job just barely. And suddenly that's 2 points for GANJA, and that's 2 important points, I believe, as well, because suddenly there is a chance they might still get second place. So you can find the subscribe button as well. Did you know, chat? It's free.
Alright, yes. Yes. I zoned out a little bit. So yeah, anyways, not much happening right here again. GANJA's gonna be on offense, getting a cap time. Zio's there right now, but Mess is peeping around, Nebu's trying to find him. He's just sweeping all over the place, but not able to find anything. Seems like they're just gonna be getting out. Alright, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, there's the A-Cup going through, and what's the plan this time around? I mean, they liked going E, even if they rotated fairly quickly last time, they still opted for pressure on E, unlike SDCK did earlier, I believe, so that is the option they're going for. Everyone's just scouting out what's to see here. They obviously don't want to put the engineer with level 3 in hand into a bunch of stickies or scout waiting in a corner. Gotta clear the way a little bit for the little Texan man. However, it looks like no one else has anything inside at all, actually. And they're just dying to everyone going in at once. Spy, sniper, sticky trap, everyone getting their fair share on SDCK. They're upset. They lost once, and you have awoken the beast from their slumber once again.
That is an absolute crumble from GANJA right there. Holy. Walking into the fire, everyone's dying into the pit, but now they're just going to try to take B anyway. Oh, Uber does come out right here.
Yeah, with a heavy
forced.
Oh, that's pretty rough. Demo was trying to make up for this, but both of them going down in the end, and that might just be something of a game changer right now.
Yeah, a bit of trash talk going in the chat as well from GANJA right here. They are expecting to get into their heads, trying to do some mental damage right near, but like he's going to get a pick off on Hughie. That's going to be quite huge, to be honest, and gonna slow down the push a lot for GANJA right here, as Lucian is just fending for himself alone on top. He's gonna get sniped down by Lakey. Just going off right here.
Well, you can do mental damage all you want. In the end, it's like reducing your opponent's. Oh, never mind. There we go. I was about to say it doesn't matter if you don't do the actual damage afterwards.
That is what you want to see.
Yeah, the spy just gets past any of that, I guess. Unforgiven with the goods once again. Someone's gonna put Madison to their own hands, and Unforgiven will be the one to do it. Beautiful stuff right there. They're using early on SDCK as well. I don't even have everyone on beam just yet, but they're just putting the damage forward while they still can. Demo engineer in at once. Clark with the crits after the gun went down. We are out for revenge, and they're getting quite a lot of it, including the medic once again. Big kills right there, and all in the meantime. You might see not much more happening on E as well.
Yeah, an Uber coming out, and it was really funny just seeing the whole combo. Not able to kill the medic, not anything. And Carr just comes in with his frontier assist. I can do it. And he just takes down the sniper and the medic on his own with his crits. Anyway, it seems like they're gonna take battalions here. Another fight already super aggressive from GANJA, but it's not working out too well. Already losing their whole combo members. No pyro, demo, or heavy. Gonna go down really fast, and SDCK is gonna take their footing back on B, getting the gun up again. It's already a level 2. They have pretty decent Uber ad, but hopefully they don't need to use it, as Manic is trying to get some E-cap time.
Yeah, there we go, moving up the gear a little bit. They're trying to rotate back around, get past the spy pretty quickly. DuMmTm meets them halfway. Decent damage with his TV, but will that stop them for long? Doesn't look like I have the sniper already staring down the point. Gets the sniper kill onto the scout. All you need to see really at this point, right? They can sit there with control all they want. If the cap time isn't there, doesn't really matter all that much in the end. So they're just sitting there waiting on KANJA right now, and that's just one more time wasted. And as we've seen game 1, that's maybe all you need.
It is quite difficult to get this AE right here. And Mezzo's is gonna walk in and just actually force Zio with his revolver. That is really not good. Mezzo's gonna drop a Lamau there. Zhao is just, you should not let that happen if you're on GANJA's side. Losing so many players as well. Suddenly just, things are just not looking good at all. But SDCK is also just dropping their sniper, dropping their spy right here as well.
It's working out so far though. They get the demo man off connector, and they really want to do this one. You used to see this a little while ago, right? People just immediately go through C connector into the E push. This time out it's happening really late, which makes it a little bit worse. And in the end, yeah, the medic just shifts gears. We're going back, just had the gun and like the demo man there, I think. Not a whole lot. Everyone else coming from B instead, and that's working out in some ways. The Uber coming out early. SDCK have been really trigger happy on the Ubers into B this round.
Yeah, they don't really want to give up this B, but this Uber's been forced like way too easily. I totally agree, but looks like they're just gonna give up B right here, and in favor of trying to contest E and C right here. As they've seen, they got a teleporter on C right now, so players are just constantly gonna be flooding in from behind and in the front. So
the medic
goes down to Unforgiven. That's why he's the GOAT. Oh my goodness.
Alright, well, there you go. That's once again a bit of a game changer right there. That will probably wrap up the B point finally. So, nobody, where are you going? I don't know where he was trying to be there, but it's not a safe place to be at all. However, that still leads in the end with some help, I guess, to a medic getting forced. So, Xisi were coming out to not much of any fanfare. No one dies. In fact, it's them going down. They pop invincibility, lose players, make it make sense. But you'd really be going down, trying to make space for the team. And maybe that's not so bad, because, I mean, hey, they got C-Wall. No one's really contesting that at all. Not the greatest C time, but you could still make this be okay at the end of this one. However, you might want a medic alive for that.
There's a reason he's spy this season every time. He just manages to find these crucial med picks and just inside the whole team. You don't know how he does it, but he just does, you know? Just impossible things. He just wills the medic pick into the existence. But yeah, that's gonna send back quite a bit. As see as like Getu's like chilling right here with 80% Uber ad. Just trying to get on the point. Zio just dies again though to Buddy. So much cap time, but it just didn't matter actually. Not even that much cap time. Whole team's crumbling right now. They're trying to get their footing back on GANJA, but it does not look like it's going well.
Yeah, there we go. Setups back alive in heaven. Full control to SDCK on that little part of the map. That's for now all they really aim to have as well. As long as they have this, they have still some foothold on the E point. Rest of this just depends how GANJA is approaching it. This is maybe not the way. The DuMmTm got split up from the combo, tried to rotate through the E point, past the gun, and everyone looking, not happening. Will go down. Rest of them still move on anyway. They have to. They got to do this quick eventually. So without a DuMmTm moving on to D already and see if they can force something out. Not even just yet, but certainly a rotation out of SDCK. Force their hands a little bit. They want to meet them halfway though. They already come this far to deal with them. They might as well just go the whole way. They know they have the U as well, while their opponents just do not. But you gotta actually click the button. Getu does it just a little late and uses a couple players off the beam, and that just cost him a lot of damage, and it's not enough to actually chase anyone down anymore.
Yeah, losing your demo there in the Uber, but it seems like SDCK is still trying to push this. Heavy's taking the fight, but the Legionnaire wins that, surprisingly, despite having less HP. But now they're just gonna take this point right here. No demo, no heavy, no NG as well. There's just no gun to pressure this. Only Jaculix trying his best, and Mezzo trying to get on the point right here. He's gonna get the sniper, he's gonna get the NG, he's gonna sap the gun, and he gets away with it with the Dead Ringer. I should set him back a little bit. Uber just gets exchanged on D. Didn't see what happened there, but someone managed to force.
At least that's the silver lining, I suppose. Captime is there to keep the pressure up without an Übercharge to defend it with anymore as well, so it's gonna be looking tough times getting into this fight cleanly. I guess on either side now, neither Uber's up just yet, and certainly one will not be up for a little bit longer either. Unforgiven gets a stab. The Captime without it heals on anyone on the red team anymore. Should probably ring through. That's 8 minutes for D. Once again, past the point of a good time for sure, but maybe still can at least ring this out before the 10-minute mark this time.
Yeah, it definitely feels...
No, not like this, not again!
No, not
How does
again.
this happen to the
It
same
keeps
man
happening.
twice? The exact same death.
Like he's trying to peek here onto D right now, trying to peek into the heaven, trying to get a heavy pick, maybe something, at least anything before whole team finally regroups, trying to take B, but he just dies to medics. Such a good pick. Unforgiven getting stabbed on Dick Sauce. It looks like this might be it in here. Seeing how Zio just has like pretty big ad, like they just have a full Uber ad right here. They're trying to get something here, but Jordan's not going to be able to airblast any of that. They opt out to get out instead. Likey though, going off, getting Lucian, getting K-Cam, getting some good picks right here.
Well, can he get his team some connector control? That's what they're struggling right now as well. Heavy is just running at them with the revved up gun. However, it's all a bait. This was all a joke. We didn't want it actually. We just wanted you to look away from Mezzo once again. Gets one more kill. That makes this a lot harder to test. Doesn't quite get the medic. That was probably the aim there, but hey, that's still lots of time wasted. And I mean, look at that. There's just been no cap time this entire time.
I mean, yeah, just like looking away for a second, the spy's just gonna get you. Gotta be aware the whole time. Ghettos, they're looking to be able to use the Uber here. Finally using it, walking in with the scout and demo. Not gonna get much. Uber just gets exchanged just in time. Oh no, Nebu falling off. Gets pushed by Borden into the pit. They're trying their best to push this off, but they're not gonna be able to do anything. So many picks going down for GANJA. It looks like this might be it. It is
really
looking like another 10-minute. So
last ditch effort as well. They're trying their hardest here. Heavy stays away for quite a while, but just can't do much about it in the end. That should wrap this up, and let's see if your prediction is right. I guess more less of a prediction and more so just like
that's pretty
kind
much
of
it.
counting really with how much life was beforehand. But
Hey,
well, just
hey.
under 10, it's still not good.
Excuse me, accounting? If you play Highlander, you will fall into the pit and steal. That is a certainty. You cannot avoid that.
Oh, I have seen some geniuses escape the pit from certain devs, so I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Today, none of them are here right now, I think, but that's neither here nor there. They've been trying. Please tell me that CGB isn't sticking with this position he has right now. Do not do this, chat. It is not good.
That is certainly an interesting position.
Usually you see the soldiers do that, but even then it's not good. Because, like, what's gonna happen there? Most of them will go through the upper area instead.
Yeah,
So it doesn't do anything. And once people go through there, they probably capped A already, so you're sitting there for 30 seconds not doing anything. I'm like, wow, you got the sniper?
It
That's
managed to
crazy.
work.
I don't know if I would say that. He got the kill that he could have gotten just fine otherwise.
Say what you want. He was cooking something there.
No, I'm a hater.
Oh no. Oh no,
That's
Unforgiven.
world's worst hiding spot.
So many picks going down actually for SDCK. They, on defense, picks is just gonna matter way more, seeing how his spawn time is just 20 seconds compared to just 7, 6, 8. You know, not really good. Blank and Nebu not here for just another 6 seconds. And SDCK is already going to be going in, taking an Uber trade. It looks like they're walking through main, going to use this Uber.
Damn,
Lucian
Likey's
goes
alive
down.
again already after that kill. That's crazy. Anyway, sniper down. On the hands of Likey. It's all like a kill didn't do anything. And here we go. The floodgates have been opened, and I don't know if there's any closing avenue, but the heavy, or the dominant, or the sniper, and the spy in perfect position once again. You just does it like that.
Always able to. Just find the medic. Keeps happening. And just really got to turn around a little more. Spy's going to be their peril if they don't. And, well, SDCK is just going to take a pretty clean BC connector here. He's got control over it. They're trying to contest this, though, but Yuki and Legionnaire is going to be stuck here. The demo and heavy. And not really in a spot where you want them to be. The heavy's just finally getting contested and get cleaned out, but yeah, it's not looking good right now.
Yeah, a little bit of downtime here before the next big action happens now that the C-Cap's basically on just its deathbed for the defending side, but that's just good news for the side of SDCK. They get all they're wanting in just under 2 minutes actually as well. This was no time at all to get this far into the map, and that is already dangerous precedent because we know how fast they can do it once things are starting to go well, and the heavy dying is about the worst thing that's happened so far, and it's not going to stop them too much. It does, however, force Uber early, which could be awkward because there's going to be a crit screen coming up just now.
Yeah, they have a crit screen here, actually. I did not notice that. Genu's going to go down to it. And so many picks going now for GANJA, but it is really tough right now to defend because since they crumbled on B, they had to give up C for free as well, so the bridges are up as well, no resistance. So have to set up here in heaven, get a good hold going for, well, 7 minutes and a half as well, if they want to win this.
It's not gonna be easy, but when has it ever been with this much time left to play, defending just the last 2 points of steal? SDCK still has it in the cards as well to just rush D at some point, quite frankly, and approach it that way. I don't know if they will do that just now, but the Captain's already there on the E point at the very least to just split attention if there should be a two-pronged approach.
Could come out
early, yeah.
Chris is gonna come out right now from red team, but not gonna get anything. Only Dick Sauce going down right here, but E Captain does finally get stopped. Jackie Legs and Mezzo going in for heaven, trying to contest that, trying to get the gun out. There's not much success with that though. K-Cam's just able to reposition and put the gun down again on heaven. Just gonna be able to defend the point pretty easily. It's really difficult seeing how they just holding this with the crits, and it's gonna be really tough to really do something with the crits here, seeing as they have Uber.
Yeah, this is where dynamic shift a little bit. Last few times KritzKast uncontested into the blue team, but this time round that's looking a little bit different. However, exactly right. Oh no, the Uber ends for the power a second early as well. Lucian with like a very crucial timing on that one as well, and it's just getting better and better from there. They're getting the medic as well. However, all in the meantime, one singular Richard Sausage is just alone on the D point and just capping that up. And despite all going wrong there, it feels like they still made progress, and they have 6 minutes to just finish up from here.
Alright, it seems like GANJA's got their footing back here on BC connector. They're still on the crits, it looks like, and they're planning to use it sometime soon when SDCK gets onto the point. It looks like Cutie is trying to scope it out. He's gonna use it, but gets sniped, shut down immediately by Lakey. Crits is nothing now, no one long range enough to do anything with the crit screen. Just the Pyro sitting in BC with his medic, not gonna be able to do anything here. So many picks going up for SDCK. And they're just like gonna be able to take this point right now.
Yeah, so much captain already. They have to start running in against this. And the worst part is SDCK can play this slow, right? They have so much time, they can get the U up if they need to. But, I mean, what better way to force the hand than just keep the Captain up in the meantime? A couple of people rotate into safer positions, but they try to keep Captain alive for the most part here. Someone's always on the cap still, just not as many as before. And maybe Buddy regrets being the one on the point itself. Gets taken down there, actually, as the Uber doesn't do much in the end, despite waiting so patiently to get that thing up and running first. Looks like they just kind of were struck by too many choices, it felt like. There was a couple of things you could have done there, and they kind of wanted a little bit of everything. Wanted to play slave, play for Uber, wanted to kind of have no one on point and just survive, but also wanted to keep up cap time. It's just the worst of both worlds. They lose someone on point, they lose to Uber early, despite waiting so long to get it up first, but at least they didn't lose all their position, and that might still be all that matters, because we've seen earlier already how tough it can be to get back in here once the pushing team has set up completely, and once again, they just have to start running in now while blue team is just sitting on the cab, waiting for them to run into their damage.
And it looks like SDCK is just going to take this victory. And I mean, crits did not work out too well there for GANJA, but yeah, SDCK is going to be taking this one home. 4 points into their side. Let's see what's going on. The
gamer subs logs. I believe this is the combined ones as well, so we have every single bit of damage and kills accounted for. Unsurprisingly, like it did really well. Sometimes you see people say this is not a good sniper map. Maybe Lucian is one of them.
Oh, surprising here, seeing Blanks on the top in terms of damage, just out damaging both DuMmTm and Jackie. He's putting in the work. Got a lot more kills as well. Just being the second on the top of the scoreboard in terms of kills. So Blank's been putting in some good work here for his team.